Good morning and welcome. It's Monday, March 4th. Going to be an absolutely fantastic day. We're going to take a look at three different things that are happening in our world around us, the world at large, our personal lives. But the very first thing that I wanted to do was take a look at something else that the tarot does. And that's to connect to a chakra. All of the major arcana that are in the Rider-Waite deck, all the majors are connected to very specific chakras in our body. The minor arcana, cups, wands, swords, those are the ones that are connected to a generality of things. So we're going to stop and take a look, because every day we come across things and it hits our body in certain ways. We might get a headache because we've been thinking too much. We might have a sore throat because we've been talking. It's just the energetics of the day hit our body in so many different places. So this morning we're going to take a look and see what chakra is going to be, we'll say, the most affected during all of this energetic for the day. Now we take a look at this. Now we take a look at this. The Seven of Wands, that's associated with the solar plexus chakra. Okay? Wands represent action and energy in our lives, as well as creativity. Wands are also associated with the element of fire, which corresponds more to the solar plexus than anything. The solar plexus chakra is governing our personal power, our willpower, and vitality. And wands often relate to motivation, ambition, and self-expression. So when we look overall at the Seven of Wands as a chakra indication, not only is it saying solar plexus, but there's going to be some defense when it comes to what we're doing today. So don't be surprised if you feel a little bit defensive as you go along. But for now, what I would like to do is to use the Dragon Tarot deck. And this to represent energetic, how things are going to be energized. The very first place that we're going to take a look as an energized kind of state of being is going to be the world overall, the outside world, if I could really put it that way. This is beyond our control. These are things that are happening, whether you're talking about in other countries or politically or anything that's outside, out in the world. The next thing that we're going to look at is what's happening in our world, our sphere of influence. And then the last thing, I'm going to move these up just real quick. The last thing that we're going to look at, what does Spirit want us to know for the day? What does Spirit want us to try to look into and work on as the day goes along? And this is what we're going to do. Now we're going to use the Rider-Waite deck to fill in more of the answer. Now, in using the Rider-Waite deck, we're going to use it to look at the detail of things that are going on. The very first thing, again, the world overall, the outside world. What's going on out there? What can we expect to see happen? And again, this is just for today. Now, in the outside world, the Dragon Tarot is labeled as resources. So we're going to be seeing things in the outside world in the news that are talking about resources. Okay? This could be any kind, whether it's on a national scale, on a scale of the states, something that's around you in your township, in your city. The resources that are capable of being used are what is going to be grabbing the most of our attention out there. Now, the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is talking more about emotion, but nurturing emotion. So when we couple this together, chances are we're going to see something going on that is more in lines with a national resource, and it is going to grab our emotional side, because this just happened not long ago, the emotional part. What's happening right now with resources, definitely the Ace of Swords, that's the suit of intellect. It's very much going to be making us think. We're going to have a lot of thought that's going on when we take a look at all of this going on. And to see more of an outcome, you're going to see something happen that begins to change the fundamental aspect of how we look at whatever this resource is. So we're going to see an awful lot of change that is going on in the world out there. And I keep saying out there because it's beyond our sphere of influence. It's beyond what we are capable of taking care of at the moment. But that leads us right into what are we capable of taking care of. In our sphere of influence today, you're going to be seeing the Dragon Tarot is saying vision. So we're going to start to see things a little bit further down the road. We're going to have that vision of things that are going to be coming along. How we would plan our workday, how we might interact with our coworkers, our friends, our family. Vision is what is going to be going on throughout the entire day. Now, there's three things that are going to be impacting how our day is now. When we say vision, the very first thing that we're going to see is the indication of a sudden change. That's what death is representing, sudden change, abrupt. So we're going to be looking at things and understanding, hey, this is going to change, and it's going to change very quickly. And it's going to happen within a 24 to 48 hour time frame. What we can do in all of that, and we keep looking at this and saying, the Pentacles, we have the ability to master some of what this change is going to bring. So this sudden change, Death card, we have the ability to be able to craft it into what is going to suit our needs for the day. And again, being able to see this coming. But there's also one other thing. Somewhere around us, in our sphere of influence, there's going to be talk of travel. That's what the Six of Swords is usually talking about, travel, and this by water, okay? But there's definitely going to be some talk of travel, or you're going to see travel coming up right in our sphere of influence, whether friends, family, coworker, somebody is saying, look, this is around us, I've got to take a trip, or I've got to go out of town, or I've got to go for a meeting somewhere. This is in our sphere of influence. What comes up at the very last is something that Spirit wants us to work on in our life. These two cards crack me up because people would see this and go, oh my God, that's such a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. This is ironic because the energetic for what Spirit wants us to look at is destruction. Things falling apart, things coming to an end, things massively blowing up. And this is happening in our personal space. Not just our sphere of influence, this is our personal space. So they're saying the energetic is going to be destruction, that feeling like doom and gloom. And that's okay, because we have the capability to be tempered in our response. We don't have to jump right in and do anything. And because we're looking at the Two of Wands, we have the capability to look forward. How is this destruction going to affect what we're doing overall? And then we definitely are going to have to take a look at how are we bonded to whatever is being taken apart. Okay? Destruction, bondage. It's not evil, it's just bondage. What are we bound to? And it's by choice, because those people could slip the chains and they could leave pretty quick. But they choose to be there by convention, by habit, however you'd want to look at it. So whatever is getting ready to be in this destructive pattern, we're going to be able to take a look at it, understand it for what it is. Then we're going to be able to plan ahead a little bit better. But we very much have got to pay attention. How are we bound to what is getting ready to fall apart? Because here's the thing. If we don't pay attention to how we're bound to this item, we're definitely going to fall prey to it. And it's definitely going to cause more of a problem as we go along. So this is our day overall. Very energetic, beyond a shadow of a doubt. That we have a few major arcana. There's 4 of them. That's going to be an energetic day. Okay? 4 out of 9, you're talking almost half are major arcana. And that's fine. It's just saying we have a very energetic day coming up. Swords, pentacles, wands, everything is pretty much evened out. There's not like an absolute wasteland of all swords or anything like that. So our emotional side is going to be pretty even. But again, we just need to go back and take a look, because we're saying our solar plexus definitely going to be the chakra that we're going to get hit the hardest in. It is going to be or feel a little bit combative, but hey, when we take a look at destruction and we need to see what we're bound by, I can understand where this is coming from without a shadow of a doubt. Anyhow, this is our day at a glance. I hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow.